NERDSoul.
Yeah. Late ill kid at OneYoungsta holding it down, bringing that street geek and nerd soul. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell. Let's go because we got, that's right, some more of that nerd soul gaming for y'all. And we got some folks up in here to have a good time. Before we get started, I'm gonna throw it over and introduce you to. If you haven't been introduced before, TJ Storm, what's up, man?
What's going on? How y'all doing out there in the FGC community? I wanted to let y'all know I'm still here, still handing out whippings, you know, not like in an abusive way, but definitely I take my L's and I take all my lessons. I miss you guys. Thank you for having me on the show. Again, if y'all want to find me and play against me, TJ Storm on the PlayStation Network, find me. I'm there. I'm always on. Street Fighter, right. Tekken, King of Fighters. You want it? I got it.
And of course, you know what I'm saying, I would be remiss if I did not also introduce another young gentleman up on here. You know him, you love him. OpenMynd, what's up?
What's up? It's your favorite FGC neighborhood villain. What's happening? What's happening to the NERDSoul family and everybody? Y'all know I ain't got no sense. I ain't gonna never have sense. Go ahead.
You know what? I love that you announce yourself that you know what kind of villain you are. You're not the bad villain. You're the villain that just don't give. Don't give nothing. Yeah, you don't give anything. You don't give anything. I know it's a family show, and that's why I say it's like the villain that don't give anything.
Well, you know what? Speaking of giving, all right, I'm gonna give a shout out to your boy Harada out there, all right, because he giving out passes to the beta. That's right. He giving out passes to the Tekken 8 beta. All right, then not Tekken 1, 2, nor 3. All right, he done went straight to 8. Gave it to all of, well, not all of us. I ain't getting nothing either. But TJ Storm, you know what I'm saying? He got a chance to play the game. How you feel about that Tekken 8, man?
First off, I love Tekken 8. You know why? One, it's so in the beginning. This game has so much life. There's so much of a lifespan that we about to embark upon coming into this new year of 2024, where Tekken has changed the way Tekken plays. It's the same base game that you can play in Tekken 1, Tekken 2, Tekken 3. Anybody can pick up and play Tekken, but this aggressiveness that they've added is a whole nother element. It's a whole nother game. What you see is more than what you're going to receive. What they're providing is a tool to expand your horizons, where with the heat mode, with the heat dash, with the rage meter, with the training that's going to be provided with the combos, they giving everybody an opportunity for some greatness. But you got to seize that greatness, because don't get it misconstrued. It's the best choice of words, where Tekken 8 is its own new game. The reason why I say it that way, with all of the new mechanics, with all of the flash and the glam, it's still Tekken 8. It's still Tekken. It's still Iron Fist tournament. It's a tournament that's going to transcend the FGC community for years to come. I kid you not. The experience this beta has provided me was the experience of unresting fun. Countless fun. I've never had so much fun losing. Because I was so excited to play the next round just to see if I was going to win. And that feeling alone has set me apart from any other fighting game, to the effect where, don't get me wrong, I could play something else, but I went back to playing Tekken 7 so that when Tekken 8 is arrived, when it's here on the doorsteps, I'm on it. If there was another early pass, I need it. I need to absorb. Like, this is a new game to absorb, to take it in, think about everything you used to do, and add on to everything else you need to do. Because the new mechanics will 100%, if you don't adapt, you'll fall behind, I must say. Because even Harada said with his translator, they want more aggression, they want more combat. You can see every time you see an example or a video, you see them rushing in and dashing in to just blank in more hits. Is that fun? It's just that much more fun. And it's a rush, honestly. I kid you not, the more I think about how intuitive the gameplay is and how many more button combinations you have, like for the button mapping schemes that they have, and how they providing you more opportunities to do more combos and more chains and more link combos even.
Mm-hmm.
So being able to redo the map, and they have this new dynamic system with the control pad scheme where anybody could just about execute anything. But of course, with time, practice, and repetition, is 100% needed. Tekken has changed and will be transcending the fighting game history moving forward. I'm saying that now, in 2023. Mark my words.
Yo,
we don't even know.
You know. Look, they need to go in and hire you, because now I'm kind of interested in getting it, even though I know I'm probably not gonna have no time to play it. But okay, you got me interested.
I kid you not. This game is already beautiful. It is a new engine.
Yeah, true.
And here it is. That's what made it a new game. But because it had that, it's the feel. Like when you get it in your hands, you gotta feel it, you gotta touch it. Now I ain't gonna say we go take it too far and smell it, but nevertheless, you gotta have the feel of the game, because the mechanics, is something old and something new. The new is so dramatic that it keeps you there, because everything old is 100% there. It's in your muscle memory, it's in your fibers. It's like you can live and breathe Tekken. You can live and breathe Iron Fist tournament with Tekken 8, and you won't be disappointed in the loss, because you're going to understand the lesson that you just received. You know, you're going to acquire that data. You're going to process it. You're going to pull together all of your resources. You got 77 Tekkens of resources to pull together, and still Tekken 8 is another game. It's another animal. This is not the same horse and that we're going to just turn over a new leaf. We can see if we can bleed some more out of it. No, this is not what Tekken 8 is. Tekken 8 is, again, transcending the FGC community.
All right, let me ask this, because you said old and new. We know the FGC, they don't like new, man. They don't like it. I'm going to let you know they don't like it. They don't like new.
Talk about it.
I'm just saying, so, from your perspective, you know, are you scared that they ain't gonna like it? Because I mean, no. There's some other games they're new too. Street Fighter, they new. You know, Mortal Kombat, they new. They don't like it. I'm just letting you know. They already mad at it.
If there was not an opinion to justify somebody's fact, we wouldn't be who we are. I always like to say, people be peopling. And
people be peopling, yeah.
People be peopling. Therefore, with this game, you're going to have some naysayers, and we're going to need those naysayers, because those naysayers are going to bring more attention to the game. Because for one thing, I do know, and we'll always understand, in order for them to not like it, they had to play it.
Yeah.
And in order for them to say something negative about it, they still have to be playing it. In order for you to have more thought process with that energy, all that press is press, and it's definitely great, because nevertheless, Tekken 8 is teaching you to press on, press for that combo, reach for the stars. Trust me, if you don't risk it all, you lose it all. But if you risk it all, you win big.
So that means no more full screen backdashing, wave dashing away from your opponent, trying to drain that clock, because you kind of get punished for that. Now you got to kind of not face each other.
What I've noticed is, and of course I know we tapped on this, through our conversations, me and OpenMynd, and what I've identified with is chip damage. Tekken has chip damage. You can run away if you want,
which is a new thing.
Right, and the reason why it's new is because it's a part of that heat. That heat gives every normal a plus to the fact where it takes away chip damage, and it provides white life, of course.
Okay.
And you have an opportunity to get that life back if you Of course, defend yourself, move out the way, do a counter, whatever the case and point is. Fighting style makes fights. But with this game, with the aggression that it provides you and the speed that it takes on, if you're in heat mode and your opponent isn't in heat mode, you have an opportunity to change the tides 100%, because that
it's
timing,
a comeback mechanic.
It's
boy.
not only
they
it's
hate
more than a
comeback
comeback
mechanics too. I'm just letting you know that.
Oh, that's why
I
I said that. That's why I said
they,
that. Like,
they hate that too. They hate
they hate comeback mechanics in the FGC. Like they hate.
But not only is it a comeback mechanic, it's a mechanic to get the life lead as well. They love that in the FGC. They love to take the life lead in the beginning. They love to just They love to just go ahead and just.
There it is.
It's a good point. They love it unless it's happening to them. That's what it is.
Exactly. Just slipped something in there that the FGC didn't catch. He said to y'all, okay, so if y'all hate comeback mechanics, it also is it's a tactic you could use to give you the life lead, since y'all love having the life lead and draining the clock anyway. So now you could use it to your advantage. Y'all can't have it both ways, FGC. You can't have it both ways. You cannot have it both ways. So if you already hate comeback mechanics, fine. It's also a mechanic that you can also use, because two things can be true. You can also use it to give yourself the life lead and run away and run down the clock like y'all play anyway. Go ahead, Patron.
Exactly. And with that opportunity, it does create the opportunity for where if you don't get it with the heat, you definitely have an opportunity at the end with the rage. You know how many times you've seen a person turtle away, and once they catch you with that one open opportunity with that combo string, they boom, pop that rage meter. That still exists. That's why I say there's something old there that they all love, but everything is on a whiff, and it depends on that character that you're playing with. I hope it's not a person that kind of like Leroy or like Asaka or hey, June is back. She is mean. She has some life. She can take some life. And at first I was a little bit, how many characters we're going to receive? How many of them are going to be duplicates? The one thing I am proud of, to not be upset, every character has their own fighting style, in a sense. And what I mean by is, of course, with the recent information that we've seen in recent days, where the whole we have Jin and we have Devil Jin, we have Panda, we have Kuma, but they're all going to have different fighting styles. They're all going to be have their own identity, I should say. And of course, with the mix up of who's coming next and what type of DLC we're going to have, again, an amazing start. And the life lead that we have with this energy that Tekken 8 is pushing out, we have years, I repeat, years of conversations to come. And years of back and forth of what you think is better, what you think should be nerfed, what you think should be buffed, what you think they should take out, why you think they should change this particular part of the mechanics. Everybody wants to have something to talk about, and everybody wants to have something to naysay about. Everybody wants to have something to glorify. Everybody wants something. I will say this, Tekken 8 is giving everybody something. Period. Something to hold on to. All the vigor, bring it to the fight. Bring it to the screen. Show me what you have. I kid you not. Tekken 8, again, transcending is my word for this conversation, where I see fight style makes matches, and nobody can run away from that beat down. That rage meter is the epitome of when should you pop it. The way they set up basic moves to link into your heat, it gives you the advantage if you know how to take advantage. But if you're at a disadvantage and you know you're a linear person, I'm not gonna say Tekken 8 not for you. Tekken 8 is gonna make you evolve. Tekken 8 is gonna make you sidestep. Tekken 8 is gonna make you parry. Tekken 8 is gonna make you wave dash a little bit more. It's gonna make you do what you're supposed to have done in the previous games to be better at this said game. You bring everything you've learned.
So you stand by where your words, in that Tekken 8 is going to transcend the fighting game community, or fighting games, or like when you say transcend. Let's aim it at something. Is it going to transcend the FGC as a community, or is it just going to transcend fighting games?
Great question. Great question. Let me start off a little backwards. It's going to transcend fighting games first and foremost.
Okay.
How the FG community received this game is definitely totally based on them. But I'm pretty sure a high number, since we're dealing with the minority versus the majority of the people, 51%, are going to love it. And that's what it's going to take, because that 51% is going to appreciate the hard work that they've done to adjust the mechanics to make it not so choppy. And when I tell you everything is so fluent, and this was from a beta, you can see where some things shouldn't have hit. You can see where they need to polish up a little and clean up a little bit on the visuals. But again, for the speed, the lack of lag was the most impressive thing. And if anybody played Tekken 7, you know, sometimes it could be a little bit time consuming to get that next match. Or even with the setup for the revenge match. Now they give you the 3-point system, like the first to 3. The best 2 out of 3 win. Best 2 out of 3 matches win. Everybody has three rounds. You know, it could be 6 rounds in totality. Well, am I counting that right? No, 5. My apologies. But nevertheless, it gives you that speed and that let's go. You know, how many times have you played a fighting game and you feel like I was just right there on the cusp of winning? And if you had, once we get into that round, because I'm still in that mode, I'm still in that button pressing, not to say we mashing, but I'm still in the setup of, if I take the lead now, I'm going to take the lead moving forward. I'm going to just take off.
So the word you're looking for, and that is momentum. You got the momentum in that point. That's what you want. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm glad you was here. I'm glad you're paying attention, because I kid you not, from the moment you lose a round, I'm going to say lose a round first, you have the momentum to press and start the next set. It's just waiting on the other person to confirm if they're ready. They have a little timer, a little countdown. The next match is going. To the effect where I was so happy to play Tekken 8, I just wanted to play with a new character. Just all from the gate. Just play with a new character.
Just now about no lag. Now my timeline was different. My timeline was complaining about the netcode, saying that everything was good about the beta except the netcode. So that's why I'm like, I guess maybe in your case, maybe you had some smooth matches, but the majority of the people on my following timeline is big names, they either pros or they just big names in the gaming industry, and they all did reviews and said that the one thing that they hated about Tekken 8 was the netcode. So I'm like, yo, what's up with the netcode?
Now, see,
everybody,
I wonder if that's a situation where they're really all experiencing it, or it's one of those effects of, all right, well, someone else big is saying this, and I want to echo those sentiments because I don't want to be left out.
So how real is it, or how fake is it? That's the question. I guess I don't know, because I haven't.
It's something that's really, because we see a lot of the fan base echo pros words all the time when they know good and well they ain't even experiencing what they experience.
Right. So that's why I say, like, you know, I guess it will be case by case basis. I myself have not played the beta, so I'm asking questions, but trust me, once I get my hands on it, I can tell you everybody what's going on, because I'm having my laggy moments in Street Fighter 6. Now it's still lagging in Street Fighter 6 5 months later. So that's the one thing that I'm concerned about with Tekken 8. I'm not really concerned about the gameplay. I'll jump in and I'll figure it out because I'm me. But
totally understandable.
But it's the code that I need to know. I guess I have to play it and see. I need to know if that netcode gonna be, you know, I can't run from every laggy person. I ain't asking that. I'm saying, like, I need to have some control over who my opponent is, where I can see that they got an icon. I can see, you know, this person's internet. I see the connection status and strength, all of that before the fight sinks. And I can respectfully decline and have to be forced to deal with that. Because when I'm in my mode and my momentum, you know what I'm saying? And when I'm learning how to play a game, I'm learning it under the conditions of it being smooth. I'm not practicing lag. So there's no way I'm gonna be able to focus on those matches. And I can't blame a person for using a Wi-Fi connection or Ethernet. That's not their fault. And it's like, it's 2023, technology is advanced. We live in a Jetsons future era right now. This should be a way for us to have smooth connections online. It should be. But I'm just saying, I'm just ranting. You know, I don't know.
Let me help you out with that rant, Elroy. Since we're in the distance time, let me say it this way. Let me play with a number. Let me be a little bit of an advocate here. Like, let me say that. Analogy, numbers. You have 100 million people trying to play one game. Mm-hmm. When the game come out, it's going to be released to the masses, way over. So, server's gonna crash. If anything, server's going to crash. Here it is. We have a stress test, and everybody want to complain about something that everybody else is complaining about. They don't want to complain about their internet. They don't want to complain about updating their system. They don't want to complain about updating their net card. They don't want to complain about updating.
Let's talk about something that's cheap. They don't want to complain about updating that cable that they run into their
agree,
computer.
By the way, but you know, I was trying to be nice when I said, can we have some technology?
No.
I totally agree with that. But by the way, go ahead.
You're not going to be nice. You're not going to be nice. Because here it is. If they was lagging, they was losing. Yep. L and L. L for L. If they was lagging, they was losing. Otherwise, the game has time to develop. You know, again, I said it needs to be polished. That internet, that net code will be polished. They have a no contest rule. Even if you play Street Fighter, you see that you can press the button for no contest. Yeah, it doesn't count against you.
I just noticed that just here recently, that little thing at the bottom. It's really small, fine.
It's really small, fine print, right?
But I noticed it now, and a lot. Now I'm starting to not lose my points because these people, they got to a point now in Street Fighter 6 where they can disconnect from the fight. You will see where it says opponent disconnected, and you still get penalized for them disconnecting. I don't know what that's about, but that's happening.
It's just an error, right? And that's an error. You know, that's a glitch in the matrix. That's all I like to say, or we all like to say.
And that's still happening right now in Street Fighter 6. That's why I was like worried. That's why I asked the question. It don't have to be just like Street Fighter 6, but at 5 months in, Street Fighter 6 is still crashing with the net code is still error code crashing. And that's what I'm like, yo, that's stressing me out. That's the only thing I don't like about Street Fighter 6.
Don't be stressed out because, again, when I was playing Tekken, I was so involved, I was captivated by how beautiful the game looked and how smoothly it ran. Here it is. I'm playing on AT&T Fiber. And I had no connections issues. And if somebody else was having an issue, it's just the lack of their internet support. Because here it is, PlayStation to PlayStation, PlayStation to PC, PC to PC. It's all about your hardware. And at the same given token, nobody wants to give the honest feedback that if you're in an area where everybody's saturated with this particular internet company, you don't think that you're going to have a lag in your internet. You don't think that you're going to have a signal drop in and out. You have to really look at the pros and cons of what it is that you have going on with your internet. What type of boosters do you have with your network? You know, your network is key to how fluent the game can run. But at the same given token, you're running this direction and somebody else is running a different direction. So your internet is going to work a little bit more harder to freshen up that speed. But at the same given token, I didn't experience a lot of lag at all. If I don't experience
the connection thing,
exactly, it's always going to be a connection thing, no matter what game you play online.
Whenever people talk about lag, sometimes I'd be like, there's some. I don't always think it's Capcom's fault. Sometimes I think you probably like this. Basically, when we get in the fight, we on the phone. We on the phone with somebody who got the lowest, the lowest connection. They went, you know what I'm saying? Verizon Fios got like 5 levels of internet. They got the lowest base package. All right. you playing with the platinum package. They got the copper package.
Right. That's me. I'm platinum all day long, but everybody I fight is welfare internet. I mean, they straight Section 8 with the internet. Look, they stealing internet from Waffle House around the corner or whatever.
Hey, look, I know times might be hard, y'all, and you know what I'm saying. I understand y'all need to steal that Wi-Fi from the apartment above you or something like that, but just don't fight. Just don't fight.
Yeah, don't fight online.
Play a solo game.
To top it off, not only are they robbing, they stealing somebody else's internet and the connection slow. They toxic in your inbox talking about you trash. You trash.
Yo, on the real, I wish we had FGC police that could like bust in somebody's house and look at their internet connection real quick. Hey, like, just kick their door in and be like, "What you got? What you got?"
You know what? You're on to something there. You're on to something there. So you're on to something. I kid you not. We need to establish that. That would be a nice function all the way across the FGC community.
Especially these people that be streaming and be streaming and be talking about lag. Like, hold up, somebody bust in there and be like, you ain't even wired in, man. Get out of here.
Hey, FGC needs some security.
I mean, fam, like they be streaming right online, and I don't know if they stream it on it. But if I run into like a streamer or a famous gamer who name I recognize, I'll go check they stream to see if they were streaming at the time we fought. And lo and behold, there's my fight on their stream, and I'm like, that's why it's lagging. Because I'm wondering, like, wait a minute, I recognize
that's
his
another
name.
thing. Some people do the proper high dollar thing where you have a system to play the game on and another system that's streaming. But some people, many people, be streaming and playing on the same system, and you can't do that with every system. Can't handle all that.
Exactly,
because you talking about they're recording the stream, so they're streaming and recording the stream and playing with you
and playing online with the bandwidth
and playing online with the bandwidth.
That's a lot to ask of a computer.
It's a lot to ask for the internet itself, for the server itself that's trying to cover everybody. It's like even Harada said it. It's best if you log in with a wired connection. The best thing for you to do is we can only do so much on Namco. It's y'all gotta log into the system with a wired connection. Harada said it. It's like we don't know what else to tell y'all. Like, so I have to assume that people who playing on a Wi-Fi connection, who main law, is always the law and the Jin mains that play on Wi-Fi connection with one bar. Every time you go in a reg server, the majority of your opponents is law mains, and they got one bar Wi-Fi. Jin mains with one bar Wi-Fi, Kazuya mains with one bar Wi-Fi, and every now and then you will get a laggy king. You know what I'm saying?
Every now and then you will get a laggy king, and those laggy kings they win.
Most kings be smooth connections. So if you getting link slammed by a king, it ain't the connection. You getting link slammed. Real talk. Like, you can't blame a king loss on the connection. Most kings. And this is just my Tekken 7 experience. I'm retired from Tekken 7, so I ain't testing Tekken until 8 come out. But I can say this. Brian and King players, right? I'm going to say this to y'all with the utmost disrespect, right? I'm not a King or Brian main, but I'm going to say this to y'all because y'all be on that BS. If you lose to Brian, you take that L. Because Brian is an honest character. Talk about his hell sweep. Talk about his orbital overhead. No, forget that. Everything Brian do, you can see it coming. Yes, Brian 100%. He's a strong character. He that dude or whatever. But Brian is very beatable, and so is King. King is that dude, but King is so beatable. So if you lost to King and you lost to Brian, you lost. Take that L. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear about what needs to be nerfed. What need to be, whatever you got to complain about, because them two characters are very honest characters. Because especially if you just like don't really know how to play with them, you're just doing their basic stuff. Like you gonna get anybody that's fighting, you can tell that you don't know how to play with the characters, so they just gonna steamroll you.
Man,
so
whenever big guys get anything,
hardest characters to really be good with. So if you even main them two characters, I respect you because they hard to play with. Go ahead.
Whenever big guys get something, people be mad. I mean, this Potemkin just got a couple extra weapons in his arsenal, and people crying about that. I'm like, Potemkin, why y'all mad at Potemkin?
Wait, what happened with Potemkin? Because I didn't see that. What
he has sort of like this T-Hawk Condor move where he can kind of like jump, rise up. It's kind of like an anti-air. It looks sweet.
You talk about the heavily Potemkin Buster, or has he got a new move?
No, at least for Strive, it's a new move. And it's I'll send you the link to it. I've seen a couple in a while. I've seen a couple Strive players crying about it, and I'm like, just let the man have the move. Y'all can now. This man, y'all jumping, flying all over the room. Now he finally has a move where he can like jump like diagonally up and like and bush in your head. Now you over here crying because he got a little something. Y'all have stuff. Why he can't have nothing?
And let's not talk about Asuka. Let's not talk about Asuka throwing everything at you that's a molecule. If it's a physical object, he's throwing it at you. Let's not talk about Asuka. While y'all complain about Potemkin. Can't stand the FGC.
Exactly.
But go ahead.
So anyway, back on Tekken 8. One of the questions that I have for you is, for someone who hasn't played Tekken in years and years and years.
Great question. Let me tell you, what Tekken 8 has done was they compiled a list of the first 20 moves. The first 20, some characters have 97, some can have 120, 160. You never know your full move list. What they have done is compiled the first 20 moves of combos, heat rush, heat dash, whatever is involved with the most power is the first 20 moves. You can remember those first basic 20. It's your cheat code to the win. It's your beginner's guide to start playing. You can jump in, learn that string, it's automatically going to come out. They've made it for the casual, for the new beginner, and for the old players. That's why this is a transcendent game. Anyone could literally jump into this game and be successful.
Now, I need to send another message to Harada. FGC don't like new people coming in. I'm just letting you know.
Hey,
FGC don't like want all old people coming in. They don't want no new people.
That's why I'm the villain, because I say these things in the FGC. We can't tell the FGC the truth. They don't like
tell you this. FGC
they want to play. They probably want to play like Tekken 5 or something. They don't want no Tekken 8.
They don't know what
and
they
if
want.
they do get Tekken 8, they don't want no new people to enjoy the game.
They don't know what they want. Go ahead, T.
Y'all have a problem. All you new people, y'all going to enjoy the game. All you old people that don't want the new people, enjoy beating up on the new people just for a little while, because the new people will learn to adapt to what is currently placed in front of them. They're going to have a brand new toy that they're going to want to master. Because once they get past that first 20,
scrubs and trash. I just hope you know that, because they're going to say that they're only good at Tekken 8 and they ain't good at Tekken 2.
Look, let me say this. We all was trash at one point in time. We all started off low. No matter who it depends on the person you play. Me, and you know what? OpenMynd, you can back me up on this. How many times have we played a game to see what is the new thing that's going on, and we're casually going back and forth? We're teaching each other, not giving each other's L's, but we're teaching each other. If you don't have nobody that exactly, and here it is, the FGC need to change their mindset on how they approach this game. Because I kid you not, you can approach this game with it ain't like Tekken 7. It's not. Don't even come into the arena. Don't even step onto the joypad thinking it's Tekken 7. It's not Tekken 7. Don't think it's Tekken 6. Everything that has a lot of familiar elements. And when you step into this Tekken 8 arena, you're gonna know from the first press of the button, this is something new. This is something I can get with. And of course, everybody gonna have it wasn't running fast for me. Upgrade that internet. Let's just get it out there. It's 2024. Upgrade that internet. You know what's going on.
I'm not in the same room with my modem. Call up Comcast, or call up Time Warner Cable, or Spectrum, or Verizon, or Cox Cable, whoever in your area. Call your provider. They're going to send a man over there, or send someone over there. They're going to drill a hole in your wall, right? Then they're going to take a cable, put it all the way through your room, so you too can have a wired connection.
Where they going to put it at, so?
They're going to drill a hole in your wall. All right, then they're going to bring a little cable in there, and then you can be wired in. All right, now it's going to cost a little bit of money, but you too can have wired connection in your room.
Just, you know what, FGC, let me say it like this. Think about it like a startup fee. The startup fee to not complain anymore. Do you want to complain and just not pay the man, not pay your service provider just a little bit of extra dividends that it takes to not have any more problems moving forward? Or you just want to have something to sit on and just join the band, pull your wagon. Hey, I got some more haters on. I need all of y'all haters on Tekken 8. I need y'all. Y'all are my practice. Y'all are my fuel. Just know that. When you see TJ Storm, know that I'm looking at you like fuel. If you win, guess what? You won. If I win, guess what? I won. But just know, I'm gonna have more wins than L's. Yep, I said it. I'm a little salty.
Well,
You know,
also, I hope you know, even if you have more wins than L's, then people going to be talking about what your percentage is. They want to know what your win percentage is. Because
Oh
if your
my
win
God,
percentage
Joe.
ain't, man, people be having the dumbest
TJ
arguments.
Storm missed my whole DNF duel Hitman arc. He missed that whole
Bruh,
arc.
he
He missed my whole. I'm telling you,
you.
that whole Hitman saga of DNF duel. When I was like,
You know
let's
what? I'm
say
gonna
the
call
story
that
of
the Hitman arc. You right.
that's
I'm
the
gonna call that
Hitman
the
arc.
Hitman
Hitman
arc.
arc. I love it.
Let's talk it. Listen, let's look at it from Dragon Ball Z terms, right?
Go.
So me and TJ Storm, he didn't play DNF Duel. He just wasn't playing. He was really busy. At the time that DNF Duel was hot, TJ Storm was just working 2 jobs. Man, wasn't playing the game at all, bro. The whole time I went off on a side quest. We could call this a side quest, right? DNF Duel was my side quest because I was waiting on Tekken 8 to come out, and they pushed it back another year to January. Well, I was something for me to do till Tekken 8 dropped, right? So the whole arc, I defeated all of the dragons and all of the, the most powerful Ultra Instinct people that was playing that game, right? I beat everybody. I'm talking about everybody.
Yeah, you had something like, I don't know, like
I had 4
or 5,000 wins, something like
no.
crazy.
I ended my streak. I retired at 6,390 something. 6,390
6,000 wins.
I had the most wins in the whole game, period. And then I was number 1 with Hitman. But here's the thing. Everybody hated on me. So they told me, they tried to tell NERDSoul in the background, well, yeah, he got the most wins. Well, look at his win percentages. They was like, yo.
I was like, bruh. I remember being like, all right, now hold on. You can't go into a black space, especially a black space, without hearing about Jordan. Don't nobody ever talk about his shooting percentage. Don't nobody talk about Kobe's shooting percentage. Don't nobody talk about LeBron's shooting percentage. They just know he got points. When they say, oh, he's passed 20,000 points or 10,000 points, nobody's like, well, his shoot percentage. I'm like, don't nobody care about that. Come on,
Exactly.
let's be honest.
They care about the point.
And when I said that, the person was just quiet because I was like, yeah, nobody care about the percent. Like, come on, bruh. Like, I mean, come on.
Hey, you gotta have something to hate on. They gotta have something to say. If this number is positive, why this number is negative? It gotta be a little back and forth, and you're gonna receive that. And guess what? Again, bringing it back to Tekken 8, you're gonna get some back and forth. You're definitely going to take some L's. I know I'm going to take some L's, but trust me, I'm going to be handing out some L's just as well. And this game has something for everyone. To piggyback off of the new person, to piggyback for the old person, to piggyback for the seasoned vet, the pro players, all of you guys, this game has provided something for everyone. And if you don't like it, get in the kitchen and make your own.
Word up.
You know what? That's a great way to end that. That's a great way to end it. You know what I'm saying? If you don't like it, feel free to make your own.
That's a nice segue into the next topic.
All right, so the next thing I'm gonna bring up, you know what? Should I go into you know what? Speaking of people that's unhappy again, I'm gonna do this. Speaking of people that's unhappy again, your boy Punk, he unhappy with Street Fighter 6 again. He said, bruh, SF6 really looks so bad. Really just Fudo really just spamming -2 or 3, then parry or just pressure. It's really no way to take your turn back at that range. Yeah, this game trash. LOL. Once again.
What did Idom say before that? Because we had to catch up.
Oh
Idom
yeah.
Said, what did Idom say? He posted his clip, but what did he say? I forget what he said.
He said this game is trash. He said, Now think about this: when everybody is kissing the tookus, all right,
right.
the game ain't trash. The game is awesome. The game is everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of the team. But now all of a sudden, you're not winning as much, and now all of a sudden the game is trash. The game is trash. Now here's what I gotta say about it. I'm tired of arguing whether it's trash or not trash. You know what? I agree with you. It's trash. Please feel free to make a brand new game. That's what we need. Because y'all are the best and brightest minds in the FGC. Right. I want y'all to get with some developers and put together your game that everyone is going to love and no one's ever going to complain about because y'all know everything in the world. So please make haste because I want to play the game. I want to play it.
Definitely. I definitely want to support it.
I want to play that game. You know what I'm saying? The game is all so perfect. It's so great. And it has everything in the world. Please make that for us so we can all have fun. Then you don't have to be mad no more because you can play the game you made. It's just a personal game for you.
I would love for them to make that game so I can dish out that L to them in that game as well. Because when they get in the kitchen, they make it themselves. It becomes different. You know, the experience.
Is it trash? Is it still trash, Punk? Huh? Is it still trash?
Hold on. Let's keep it $1.75. Right,
$1.75 without the
$1.75. I need this. I need that 75 cents. They not gonna make the game, and their game will be trash too because they don't know. Because all they gonna do is make it. I'm gonna tell you what, and I'm gonna say this live on mic. I don't care if Punk here and don't like it. I beat Punk, so Punk gonna have to. Punk got an L. He got an L for me for the rest of his life.
But remember when you beat Punk, Punk said there was somebody else. It wasn't him. It was somebody. But that video's still up. But that video's still up on my YouTube though. Of me beating Punk. So it's up. It's still there and it ain't coming down. But listen, that was 2 years ago. That was old. That's old stuff. But listen, check it out. If Punk and Brian F and Justin Wong and Sonic Fox and all of the big heads, right? I just threw them names out. Daigo. Let's take every pro player that you know, right? Give all of them the budget, right? And let all of them dudes sit in the boardroom or in the animation room or whatever room they need to sit in to make the decision on the characters, the characters' movements, the game's mechanics, and everything, right? And I bet y'all the game will be trash. You know why it'll be trash? Because you got all of these dudes, these pro players. The reason they say such and such game is trash is because there's something in the game that allows a casual player to beat them. And because that thing exists, whatever the thing is, the mechanic,
that anomaly,
whatever the anomaly, whatever it is, it exists. And until it's nerfed or buffed, this game is trash. But the type of game they'll create, the type of game that they'll create is a Power Rangers Battle for the Grid type of game. Because Power Rangers Battle for the Grid was created by pro players. And look how busted it is. And look how don't nobody want to play it. Because there is no defensive mechanic on the game. It's all offense.
It's all go.
I mean, it is a fun game to play, but they got infinites to enjoy.
But it has no defensive mechanic. It's an infinite combo type of game. So the whole premise around Battle for the Grid is being able to land your infinite combo. The whole roster has an infinite combo. True. It's not so that gets boring after a while. And the infinite combos is just so willy-nilly that everybody can do them because I could do the infinite combos. It's so easy. You just keep mashing that button and keep resetting your sequence when you see the sequence reset. It's very simple, 1, 2, 3 type of stuff. It's not difficult at all. But the fact that it's so easy for everybody to just do an infinite combo, that makes Battle for the Grid infinite combo game instead of a fighting game where anybody can have a chance. It's not competitive when you don't have a defensive mechanic.
Yeah, how do you have a fighting game? Watch Battle for the Grid competitions. You can see each player just trying to wait for the moment to connect for the infinite.
They just want to get the infinite. That's it. They don't want to do no skill.
Right. That reminds me of X-Men versus Street Fighter. Everybody had an infinite for some reason. That was one game that was completely broken. Every game has its flaws. Every game has
was even X-Men versus Street Fighter was back in the day where we didn't get patches and stuff.
Exactly.
But here's the thing, and even those infinites was, you didn't see them unless it was somebody who really grind. The average person.
Yeah, because you was at a cabinet in that point.
I'm talking about Battle for the Grid.
Or maybe Sega Saturn, I think, had it.
Sega Saturn did have it.
But even that game, Street Fighter, or the game he's talking about, had a defensive mechanic, had a burst mechanic, like get off of me. Battle for the Grid does not have nothing. It has no burst, no get off me. You just hold back to block. That's it. There's nothing. So, and I'm saying, and I said all that to say, I'm passing the mic. If we got all of them pros together who keep saying this game is trash, whatever game they talk about, I guarantee you the game they come up with will be trash, because all they think about is steamrolling their opponent, and they don't have really the competitive mindset that we think they do. They really just want to steamroll you. They don't want you to touch them. That's not competitive.
They
That's
just want to win.
to me.
I will say this, and one thing I want Tekken to do is how I want them to set themselves apart from Street Fighter. They have already done that with their genre, with their button combination, with how they took an approach to the 3D fighting game itself. Like, you can move your character just about every direction and pull us the opposites attract. The one thing I want Tekken to improve on that Street Fighter hasn't improved on is the Battle Hub. The Battle Hub is a great system to go all around the world. And those connections, that's where you get some good and poor connections. And how I want them to improve on the Battle Hub, before the game even releases, if they have playback on some old games, that's fine and dandy. That kind of sold me to Street Fighter, because I'm thinking they have so many of great old games in their collection that they're going to put into their Battle Hub that you'll be able to play. There's no access to that. You know, they don't even cycle out the gaming as repetitive or as frequent as you think they should. What I want to see an improvement on in the Battle Hub for Tekken is networking. The net code working better than what Street Fighter Connection is, where you get to play all of those different styles. Everybody plays different in every particular situation. Everybody has a different rush and grab and throw and escape approach to the game. And the Battle Hub gives you the opportunity to find that fight, find that matchup, find that person you want to play against, or vice versa. Somebody want to just come up and play against you. It gives you the arcade feel at home. I thought Street Fighter was going to achieve that. They kind of missed the mark. I just have to say it that way, because what I'm looking for is more interaction, and all you see is a crowd of people just standing around. Nobody's actually competing. Nobody's actually committing to tournaments. We have such a broad network where we should be able to say, hey, everybody, we're going to meet up in the Battle Hub, and we're going to do battle from this state and this state, or this community, this FGC community versus this FGC community on the weekend, and set up a tournament. We should have some type of FGC community tournament pool, or poll, I should say, where we can go in, set up tournaments, get everybody log in, get on at that same said time, and have an amazing time. You can get so much amazing.
Let me interject. They are doing that, but the FGC is very clicky. So if you're not part of their clique, you won't even get the invitation to meet up with them at the Battle Hub, because they are doing that. And here's how I know. When I get notifications for the in-game tournaments, because Capcom Fighter Network is always, there's a tournament actually tonight, matter of fact. It's 11 p.m. tonight. It's 3,000 tickets for it. But they meet up amongst themselves and have their own private tournaments. But it's the word private, and it's join. And if you're not part of their Discord or the little circle of buddies, they're not. Or if they just don't like you. If they just don't like you, you won't get an invitation to the tournament. Because pardon my Hitman saga, I didn't run from tournaments. I wasn't invited. I was gate kept out. Made sure that I didn't give it a chance to participate.
Use OP.
Because of all the damage I've done to them online. Them same opponents were participating. Those same opponents were participating in those clicky private tournaments for cash money, and amongst themselves, they were participating and winning and losing amongst themselves. I came in a chat room. I actually asked. I gave my email. I gave my number. I got rejected because
they didn't like me. Fine. I ain't asking for friends, just asking for the opportunity to participate. So what you're saying about the Battle Hub, I'm saying it is going on, but the FGC is cliquey, it's gatekeeping, it's very like they don't care about your skill. They don't care about your
open mind.
Yeah, it's not about finding the strongest.
Oh,
it's about do I like you?
Yeah, this ain't
what you're saying.
You think that the FGC will be on some Goku stuff, but they not. They like look, I want to protect my wins and my image. That's why Goku's the best, and why the rest of y'all is trash. When I was stepping into the anime range, there are other people that are dope, but Goku is boss because Goku ain't shine from no fight. He like, word, you can fight, let's roll.
Exactly, 100% agree. You know, he's the epitome of it.
Just giving some actual context to the Battle Hub situation with Street Fighter 6. It's definitely happening, but it's happening in small groups and small circles amongst themselves, and they only invite the people they like. Or
again,
go ahead.
That's why I want Tekken 8 to do some improvement. Where when there's a will, there's a way, and you made me think maybe that's what we have to do in the next 2 months. Create something so that we could open up the doors and we can control our own narrative when it comes to Street Fighter. I mean, not Street Fighter. I meant to say Tekken 8, because Tekken 8 again is going to change. It's going to change how everybody approaches the fighting games series. Is going to change how they even approach Tekken. No pro player or casual player will approach Tekken 8 like it's an old game. I tried it.
Because me and you ran tournaments in the past, both of us.
Exactly.
You know, we actually did this. What he's saying, y'all, just sorry to interrupt him. What he's saying goes back 20 years ago, where him and I met at a tournament, but then throughout time, he would, either my house or his house, we would pile up at each other's house. Everybody putting up their 10s, their 20s, if it's that type of night, if it's that we on that type of time, where we feeling ourselves. Everybody brought money to the table, and it's like whoever won the pot, best out of 5 or whatever the rules was for the day. But what he's saying, we've done, and the person running the tournament was whoever house it was open. You know,
exactly.
So we've done this already. We did it recently, lately. But man, this goes back to Tekken 3, bro. This goes back to Tekken 3, not Tekken Tag. I'm talking about Tekken 3.
5 Tekkens ago.
Because the last Tekken I played was Tekken Tag.
Right, but before Tekken Tag was even a thing, before they even started the development of the game, me and TJ Storm was on Tekken 3. Then Tekken 4 came out at the arcade, and then Tekken Tag came. Well, me and TJ Storm we go back to Tekken 3, bro. Like, and we would have the tournaments at the crib, and it'd be 12 of us deep.
Hold up, wait. It was Tekken 3, Tekken Tag, and Tekken 4.
For it to be an even bracket.
True. There's always enough people.
It was 3. You're right. It was 3 Tag, then 4. You're right. You're right. Tag came before 4. Right. But just saying that's how I said that to take people back. How to say that we have experience in doing such a thing, that even if we embarked on such an endeavor, all we got to do is just announce it, because we're gonna make sure it's fair. You know, if we online now, everybody can't meet up everybody's house, but trust me and TJ Storm know how to run a tournament and make sure that that the person who wins supposed to win. Ain't gonna be no bias, but there's too much bias in the FGC for actual tournaments to be fair.
True that.
You know what? It'd be dope. When you made me think about something, you got my business mind turning, creating a battle hub, finding a building, getting some real good network, some real good internet at one location, and just have a bunch of people, in a sense, come. You know, you come here, you're going to host a tournament, already have the units. All you have to do is bring your own controller if that's your preference. Therefore, that's something I can do. That's something that's local.
But that's any typical local. I mean,
with the internet, we can make it known, and with us and our energy and our ingenuity, we can make it known. But nevertheless, I want to make it known through the Tekken 8 platform. Nothing against Street Fighter, nothing against Mortal Kombat, nothing against all of those other fighting games, because trust me, they're going to be a part of it. And what I want to do is, everybody want to bring a community together in their own way. Tekken 8 is going to do it for all of us. And it's going to do it for the ones that I love the haters. I need y'all support. I need y'all energy. I fuel off of that. I told you again, I need that fuel. I need that in the FGC community. Don't get me wrong. Don't think that I ignore you. I don't go back and forth at all. Whether I win or lose, I don't go back and forth. You know, just figure out a way to win. If I lose, I'm going to figure out a way to win. And that's the same job that I bestow upon you guys. When I give those L's out, I want y'all to figure out how to win. Because
that's grown man talk though, TJ Store. We talking to a bunch of grown little boys who will never ever.
I'm gonna treat them accordingly. I'm gonna treat them accordingly. Let's put it this way: if you put a toddler on that stick, and I'm on the other end, they about to get this L. Toddlers can get it.
The logic makes sense. But we talk about the crybaby FGC, bro.
I want that one too. You put the crybaby.
It's an excuse. Everything an excuse. You only won because you was playing with such and such. Like I'm only #1 hitman because I'm using hitman. Like I couldn't get.
No,
they're not
remember,
going to give you.
There was a
Go ahead.
there was somebody. Was it on Twitter? Somebody said that you were rage quitting all the time, and that's how you won all your matches. And I was like, hold up. I'm like, that's
not possible.
So how
do you win if you're quitting?
Oh no. What he was saying is the reason that you don't have a whole bunch of losses is because you rage quit all the time. And I was like,
who said I didn't have a bunch of losses?
I was like, but the thing is, even if let's say he rage quit all the time, right? Mm-hmm. He still had 6,000 fights plus however many he's lost that he didn't rage quit. Why didn't he just rage quit those ones? Like, man, people be having the weirdest. Like,
the thing is, it doesn't matter what they say. You quit. Your connection trash. You playing with Hitman. You playing with Jury. You playing with Cammy. There is an excuse and a hating caveat for whatever game you're playing. DNF Duel, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat. It doesn't matter what genre. 3-on-3, 2-on-2, anime, whatever, right?
Being a fighter, whatever.
The FGC in and of itself is a toxic bubble of darkness and degeneracy. So it's like it's a gigantic crab in its own bucket that anybody that climbs out of this bucket, the giant crab throws you back into the FGC bucket. Right? You have nothing. Yeah, it's like there's no like they would say rage quit, but then they say another guy is using this character and another guy is using this. Like you can't win. So the best thing to do is to just play. And I'm gonna ask the FGC a rhetorical question. This is a rhetorical question. I want to make y'all think.
Go.
And this is the type of mindset that me and TJ Storm have and have developed actually over the years. When we met as young pupils, we are now masters in our craft, you know what I'm saying, so to speak. The rhetorical question I want to ask y'all is this. How do you beat a person who doesn't care about the outcome of this match? How do you beat that guy who doesn't care about the outcome, whether they win or they lose, versus like as far as like the game they're playing and they get the dub or not? That individual, how do you beat that guy who doesn't care about the outcome of this match? That's a rhetorical question I want to ask y'all, because y'all think, and even though I had the most wins in DNF Duel, I wasn't trying to have the most wins. I was just playing a game, and that's just what happened. But my approach,
because you hit me up one day and was like, "Yo, I got a lot of wins."
Yeah, like I just noticed it, and I started keeping track of it at the point of my noticed it. When did I notice it? At 4,500. I was at 4,500 when I noticed I had the most wins. So I saw the 4,500, took a screenshot, sent it to Nerd, and we started chronicling, I guess, so to speak, my progress at the time before I stopped playing completely, and I ended at 6,300. But what I'm saying is, I wasn't even trying to have the most wins. I wasn't trying to beat out nobody. I would just come home from work and play DNF Duel for a couple hours and turn it off, and I just built up that thing. But my approach, I wasn't turning on DNF Duel to be the best in the world, to be #1 hitman, to be better than nobody.
to nothing. It was 100% to learn how to play, to get better at, to get better than I was the last time I played. It was a self-improving thing. I didn't care about the FGCs noticing me or not noticing me. None of those things made sense. But yes, I made examples out of a lot of people. And I made examples out of those people who came at me in that game because their perception was that I thought I was the best. From
you the dream rival.
But my response to this, I don't think I'm the best, but I'm good enough to beat you, and I'm only gonna beat you off and then clip it and get 1,000 views off of it and show everybody. Since I'm so trash and since I'm such, whatever they said about me, you trash, you rage, whatever they say about me, if I'm all these things, you still lost to me publicly, and the video is still looping right now. Right now, as we speak, some of those DNF duel clips are still looping. Because if I'm what y'all say I am, why are y'all still taking L's from me? Y'all supposed to be slaughtering me. I'm not supposed to beat you ever, but you keep running into me. And this ain't DNF duel specific. This is fighting game. I need y'all to know who I am. Let me tell y'all who I am for real. And I got my brother on the line with y'all to really let y'all know who I am and where I come from. Bro, we come from the gutter of the street of the FGC. We touched every type of fighting game. That's why I can jump on these fighting games across
legacy skills
and play different fighting games. I'm KOF, Street Fighter, Dragon Ball Fighter Z, Marvel vs. Capcom, Tekken, Street. Like I'm telling you, why can't I pick it up and play it so good? Because I've been grinding with this guy TJ Storm for 22 years of my life. When I met him, he put me up on different types of fighting games because I was just a Tekken person. I was just really good at Tekken. But TJ Storm helped me be really good at fighting games.
Exactly. See, everybody has their approach.
Fighting games. So I'm not the best in the world. I'm not a pro player. I'm a different type of player. I'm the player that doesn't care about the outcome of this match. I'm learning how to play the game. What are you doing so I can beat you? I'm not trying to fight like the pro. I'm not trying to fight like everybody else is fighting. What is everybody doing with the character? Because I want to do that with the character. No. I'm going to do what I need to do to beat you, whoever you are on my TV. And I learned that from this guy right here. So y'all wondering why OpenMynd just keep beating me. No, he keep getting lucky. I'm not getting lucky. I know what I'm doing. Why don't y'all just accept it? Accept that I'm nice. You can say that. I can say that because that's not bragging. I'm nice.
I think you're nice.
I'm really nice at this game.
You're nice with it. You nice with the buttons.
Just give me that. Show me my love. I'm gonna show you your love back. It ain't gotta be beat. But as long as y'all keep giving me this energy y'all give me, just because I beat you, I'm gonna continue to keep making examples out of you. My recent clip got 1,500 views. All 3 of them people in that clip was in my inbox talking trash to me and doing stuff in the fight. And I clipped everything and I made an example out of y'all. Stop trolling and fight. Stop teabagging. Just fight. Because if you teabag me and you take the L, you going online and you going viral. Sonic Soul know better. Sonic Soul already know what it is. Sonic Soul blocked me, ain't gonna never talk to me for the rest of his life, which he shouldn't, because he
blocked me too.
Well,
that dude had over 25,000 subs, and I made some of his fans question his credibility as a fighting game coach. You charging people to teach them how to play fighting games, and you let that old man beat you down and embarrass you in front of the world.
Hey.
With Hitman.
Let me say this. I enjoy your passion. I enjoy your passion for the fighting game. And that's what the FGC needs.
Stop coming for me, bro. Like y'all gonna respect me up there for real.
Oh no. You gonna get that disrespect in the beginning. You're gonna get that because they want to put your passion on the line. You gotta show them. You gotta show them what you learn. You gotta show them what you bring to the table. Of course, Harada gave us some new tools now. Harada gave us some new stuff. He gave us a new way to approach. He gave us a new way to beat up on them. He gave us a new way to chip at their damage. He gave us a new way to grab on them. He gave us a new way to connect our link combos and turn your 3 buttons into 1 button, your 4 buttons into 1 button. There's no such thing as you cannot create an opportunity to win. It's what they're going to do with the mechanics when they get the game in their hand. So once they get that control pad or that arcade stick dusted off, practice. I know we're not talking about practice,
Oh yeah, we
no, we're not
talking
talking about practice. We definitely talk about practice. So practice is 100% needed for this Tekken 8 and for this new venture. This it's a journey. You know, there's a lot of things going to happen along the way on this journey, but guess what? It's a journey. Nothing going to change but the destination of where you decide to stop that journey. You know, it's a personal choice to get on this game and learn what it takes to beat your opponent. You can call that person trash, but guess what? If you lost to trash, what that makes you? It takes trash to identify trash, that's what they'll say, but it takes trash to identify that they're not as good as they think they are. They don't understand the mechanics as well as they think they do.
There's something I wanted to get to before we run out of time here, and I know me and Nerd Speaker spoke about this in the inbox. There's a tactic in the FGC, like a fighting game tactic, fighting style tactic, whatever you want to call it. I personally think it's beginner tactics, but I'm gonna before I pop off, I'm gonna see what TJ Storm feels. Okay, so recently TJ Storm, Daigo was in a Capcom tournament or whatever, and somebody posted some footage from this tournament. Right, he mains Ken, by the way. He mains Ken, and
word? Oh, okay.
Yeah, Daigo Umehara for the time being until Ukuma drops. Daigo is the Ken god. He's a god of he plays. That's who he wants. He don't play with Ryu. Play with Ken. Somebody clipped him winning a set or advancing to the next round, but the way he beat his opponent, in my opinion, was like scrub tactics. All he did was loop grab dude. Right? Now, he just loop grabbed him. He 4 grabs with Ken, dude was dead.
Yeah, he did like 4 grabs in a row and then a super or something like that.
No super. Just grab.
No super? Oh, okay.
No super. Just grab. But that was his clip. Now, I replied, and the FGC went crazy like they always do. Every time I say something, you know, you got Brian F., you got all of the big names that don't directly quote me, but they take the thing I said and want to talk about it. Okay, whatever. So a lot of them tried to dismiss me in their own little way by saying that loop grabbing is actually a pro tactic. I feel like loop grabbing is beginner stuff. You don't know your character yet, so you're just grabbing your opponent to get the win until you figure your character out. Whereas Daigo Umehara, because this is what I say verbatim, Daigo Umehara is the god of Street Fighter. This was a garbage clip because he out here loop grabbing like a gold and platinum player. I expect more from Daigo Umehara. We out here perfect parrying. I'm out here saucing people up on all my clips, and Daigo can just loop grabbing and get to the tournament, and we gonna praise that and call him a god? No. But another clip came behind that with him doing his normal Daigo stuff, doing the Daigo with Ken, which I gave that video praise. So I want to ask you, TJ Storm, loop grabbing, do you think that that's tactical or is that cowardly?
It's a part of the game. I've always said that if anybody was to go back and look at my Street Fighter clips, I lose mostly to not tech hitting grabs. I came from an old way of playing where grab was a scrub move. You want to run up and grab, it's a scrub move. You don't know how to run up and open me up for an attack. You don't have the patience to see what I'm going to do next. You want to just run over there and grab, to the effect where it has this tactics of, I don't want to expose how much I know about this character. There's been plenty of times when I can run up and grab you, jump over, do a hit confirm, make sure that you don't move, walk up and grab you again, because I don't want to expose the other tactics that I have, because I'm waiting to save it for this next player. Is it a scrub tactic? It's a 50-50. Because if it wasn't in the game, I can't complain about what's there to not use. If it's there to use it. If you grab me, fine. Once I tech hit and I understand how to get out of your loop, what you gonna do next? What else is there to fall back on? I'm noticing that a lot of people just go to this one thing because there's nothing else they didn't know how to do. It lets me know that my legacy skills is gonna, again, further me in the FGC community, because what's a grab? It lets me know that the only thing you can do is walk up and grab. The only thing you can do is run away and grab. It has this cowardly effect, but it doesn't take away from your gameplay. It just takes away from your growth ability. That's my personal opinion on it, because the fact that grabs are there, I can't change nothing about it. I can't change anything about it. Here it is. You change the fighting game. You go from Tekken to King of Fighters. The grab, you don't see a lot of grabs. The reason why, it's hard to get close to somebody. Everybody want to make their game more aggressive, more fast paced. You know, the grabs even take more life. If you ever really just paid attention to it, once you get the hard knockdown or you don't get the hard knockdown, the grab takes more life than just a basic 45% combo. So what else is there for them to fall back on other than run away and grab? How do you know what? Let me answer a question with a question. How do you feel about the tech hit mechanic in Street Fighter? Gotta find out.
I love the fact that when we break away from a grab, it separates us at the distance that it does. I love that. But
okay,
and the purpose of it was to eliminate loop grabbing, because in Street Fighter V, the grab tech didn't push all the way too much, and people just kept loop grabbing in Street Fighter V. So what they did in Street Fighter VI, what they attempted to do, was to
glad you caught that.
To eliminate they tried to eliminate. They said this in the developer backyard before Street Fighter 16 came out. That they put the tech in there to make y'all separate at such a bigger distance, to force y'all to be more aggressive. The word they used it was to force fighters to be more aggressive and actually fight and show off the character's move rather than loop grabbing, because that's kind of boring. That's kind of a beginner tactic.
Well,
or something
also,
like that.
to that point, I think because you touched on this, I think offline when we were talking, I think what they're trying to do is make fights more interesting and exciting for people that are watching.
Which is what I'm getting at.
Because, like you were saying, loop throwing is kind of like, it's from a player side, it's kind of like demoralizing or like, ooh, you can't stop me from doing this. But from someone who's watching it, it's like, oh, okay. You know, it's like, you know, I mean, I guess this is dope, but, you know, I would rather see, you know, I mean, like if you go to a consumer watching something, when we watch Naruto, when we watch Dragon Ball, when we watch Jujutsu Kaisen, we watch any of these, we watch any live action thing, you don't want to see Captain America just loop throwing, you know, Thanos. You want to see him throw the shield, duck, maybe him catch something, do a flip over, grab the hammer, hit him. You know, you want to see cool stuff.
Diversity.
And loop throwing isn't really that cool.
And that's why so now let me pop off that. Now that y'all both have spoken and gave y'all honest assessments, let me put some context behind what I said about Daigo, because this isn't to disrespect Daigo Umehara, who is the god of Street Fighter. I'm gonna still call him that, right? And I need the FGC to understand that just like Michael Jordan is the GOAT, Michael Jordan still lost. Michael Jordan still made mistakes. Michael Jordan still missed shots. And to say that isn't disrespectful or isn't being mean or hating. It's right there in his stats. He pulls up for a jumper and it bounces off the rim and it don't go in. Has happened a lot. But the highlight that you see is him making the shot. So if you were alive in the era, you watched the basketball game from first quarter to fourth quarter with Jordan playing, you see Jordan missing a lot of shots. Right? Doesn't remove him his Michael Jordan-ness, but he still missed. He missed. So take that to say this: Daigo Umehara is still the god of Street Fighter. He'd probably give me the business if he ran into me. Doesn't take away from the fact that he loop grabbed to advance to the next round in that tournament, and that was a scrub tactic, and that he's being filmed for the world to see. You are a pro player being paid to play Street Fighter. As a pro player, you should should not be loop grabbing, because you're not a scrub and you don't need to resort to that tactic to win. You're so good that you can beat a person in using the character's tools that you're playing with. And what I'm saying is, a casual player sitting on their couch is gonna loop grab. If it's even happening to you in a fight, you automatically know in the back of your head, well, I'm fighting somebody who's just playing the game, don't really know what they're doing. So I don't have to really I don't have to put a lot of my own brain power in this. This person's loop grabbing. They're not doing too much. They're not doing too much for me to worry about.
So I'm gonna anticipate this loot grab, and I'm about to take this L. I mean, take this dub from this person and get out of here. But if I see a pro player or a famous gamer of prominence who participates in tournaments, putting out content, loot grabbing with the character that they're playing with, I got a problem with that, because y'all real judgmental about people's skill level, people knowing the mechanics, people knowing characters, matchups, and all this stuff that y'all say we should know. Y'all look down y'all nose on people.
Yeah, they always talking about people's skills.
But it's y'all turn. And this ain't just Daigo. This is Brian F. This is Maturino. This is a lot of y'all dudes. Mutador, whatever his dude's name. I might be saying his name. A lot of y'all dudes put out content videos, especially you Ryu and Ken mains.
Oh boy.
And all y'all doing is loot grabbing with the character. But then you talking about people about how good or bad they is. Who are you in the FGC? You ain't a name or whatever. Y'all always want to go there with people. But when I look at y'all content, y'all boring. And even though you might not be trash at the game, your fights are boring. So what, you a master rank? So what?
The game doesn't start until you get to a master rank.
And all I'm saying is y'all putting out content and y'all want us to support that. I'm not supporting a loot grab video because that's beginners. And speaking of beginners, I'm finna say something before I pass this mic. I'm finna say something else because I'm the villain, so let me just be the villain. If that's who I am, I'm finna play the role to the T. Ken and Ryu are beginner characters.
Oh.
Let me say it again. Uh-oh. Let me say it again.
You starting something.
Ken and Ryu, 30 years old, 30 years of Street Fighter. Their purpose of the two characters, Ken and Ryu, were designed for the person who's not good at playing fighting games and don't want to really put too much effort or don't know how to execute things well, don't want to really try that much. They give you Ken and Ryu. That is the most basic bare bones of a character. All genre of fighting games, including 3D, has their version of Ken and Ryu, where the inputs for this character are so simple, a monkey could do it. Then you get other character varieties where their inputs are a little bit more tricky. It has nothing to do with what the move looked like on screen. It has everything to do with the character's execution. Take Gen, for example, Street Fighter 4 Gen specifically. Specifically, Street Fighter 4 Gen is a character for the most advanced-minded person because you have to transition back and forth to those awkward inputs using Gen and also be effective with it in mid-combat at fast pace. But if you're still using Ken and Ryu, you have not taken your training wheels off. If you play Street Fighter and you call yourself a legacy person, including Daigo Umehara, I'm going to say it. I said his name. Daigo Umehara mains Ken. Why? You the god of Street Fighter and you main Ken, the training wheels character. Why can't you, the pro player, the god of Street, you the god? That means God is omnipresent. God is all things. You should be maining a character that's not a training wheels character, Ken and Ryu. Because those are the most basic of inputs. What can Daigo do with Ken that I ain't seen 50 other Ken players do? Daigo ain't doing nothing with Ken that I ain't seen a platinum ranked Ken player do. And I'm saying it on a mic live, and I don't care who feelings it hurt. I expect more from the god of Street Fighter. And I ain't saying I'm better than him. I'm saying if you're going to call yourself the god, there's an expectation behind that. There is it's like the Cowboys hate the scrutiny and the Chiefs hate the scrutiny. But if you're going to be the championship best team in the world, you're going to get the scrutiny because you're sitting in that spot. I expect more because I'm doing better and I'm not a pro player. But my fights look better, and I'm doing better in my fights than y'all doing with the content y'all putting out. And I'm thinking like, yo, I'm just a casual player. Y'all pros, y'all just doing a bare minimum because y'all know these fans is goofy and gonna follow behind it. But
well, also because a lot of these people are artificially platformed, but that's a whole different issue.
But at the end of the day, like I feel like Daigo Umehara, when he main Guile on Street Fighter 5. Off top, mad respect, salute to Daigo for main and Guile on Street Fighter 5. He get on Street Fighter 6, he don't even touch Guile. What are you doing? We thought he was finna get on Guile. Like, nah, I can't, he can't. He said on the street in Japanese. He can't, Guile ain't as strong in Street Fighter 6 as Street Fighter 5. So what? What that got to do with it? Why he got to be strong for you to play him?
Well, because it's got to be optimal. Remember, everything has to be optimal.
Passing the mic.
Everything has to be viable.
Passing the mic.
But, all right. So anyway, y'all, we at time. I'm gonna throw it over to Mr. TJ Storm. If you would, final thoughts, and where can they find you?
Final thoughts is 1, get Tekken 8. 2, get better at Street Fighter 6. Loop grabs is an old thing. There's another way to play the game. Of course, everybody going to be mad to say, why are you not moving around a lot? I'm waiting to see what y'all doing. Ooh, please stop that back and forth twitching. It's like everybody character is ADHD for some reason. Everybody just moving around. But where you can find me, TJ Storm, PlayStation Network, get at me, Street Fighter 6, Tekken 7, Tekken 8, Street Fighter 5. I'll even go there and play Street Fighter 5 just for the sake of saying I'm a casual player. I play anything, anytime, any day of the week. You can catch me. Well, you know what? Never mind. I got a job. But nevertheless, I have a commitment to get on that game and then you know what we do. You know how it is when we get at that, when we get at those buttons. Catch these buttons.
Word up.
Word up.
Pass.
All right. OpenMynd, final thoughts. Where can they find you?
Final thoughts, man. Listen, do what you want to do. Play how you want to play, right? But understand what comes with it. You do not have to play a specific way that's going to be pleasing to everybody. All I'm saying is hold yourself accountable for what you are and are not doing in the fight, in the clips that you put out for the world to see. You want us to give you praise for your clip that said you did something? If it's a loop grab video, I'm sorry, I'm not praising that. I'm not hating on it. You won, but okay, this was just a sandwich with just meat on it. There was no topping, just bread and meat. That's all loop. That's a loop grab content clip video. And even it doesn't matter if it's Street Fighter, any fighting game. If you're just loop grabbing and you're not showcasing this character's moves, get your video out of my face. Y'all know where to find me. OpenMynd, spell it with a Y on Twitter. Your favorite neighborhood friendly villain, the friendly villain, right? Out here in the FGC doing my thing. Follow us on the Recap Fantasy Sports Podcast, spell it with 2 P's.
Yeah.
The Recap Fantasy Sports Podcast. We're growing over here. If you play fantasy sports or you gamble, you play basketball, you play football, come check us out. We call these games. I just put out some more recent clips. Oh, TikTok page is up. The Recap Hyper Picks on TikTok. 2 P's. The Recap Hyper Picks on TikTok. And one last thing before my wife killed me. My wife has now finally completed her body butter batch where the compound is complete. She's running out of stock. It's a little business we trying to grow together. Me and the wifey, man. It's called Sun Kissed by Tay. We got to get a website and all that stuff, but that's the name of the body butter. Got a few batches left, and she just got to get some more supplies so we can make some more to send some more out. So we kind of sold out right now, but this body butter is good for anybody. You got eczema, or you got real bad skin, like you got like your feet get hard on you if you work, especially.
Tell them about the crusty feet. Tell them about the crusty feet.
You got crusty feet. You know what I'm saying? Because you work a lot. You can't go to get your pedicure, manicure, whatever, to the nail shop and let them scrape your feet off. This body butter will help. Like you got to take a bath first, get out the tub, put it on your body, like you do lotion.
They got a lot of y'all sitting at that controller with the crusty feet.
Ashy.
Look, bro.
But it's more than just lotion because she puts fragrances in it for the women, fragrances for the men. I approve all the male scents before she put them in the compound and make it so. It's this thing can rival, or it's gonna rival cologne and perfume. Like you can literally just get out the tub, put this body butter all over your body. For the ladies, it'll have a female scent. For the men, you have your male scent, and this stuff gonna wear on you all day till you take another bath and wash it off. You and start all over, man. And the scents are strong, and they're not so strong to where it's like unbearable, but it's strong enough to where you don't really need to put on no cologne or no perfume. Like she really got it perfected, which is why I haven't spoken about it all this time. It's been kind of like we've been testing it out. Now it's finally ready. and just DM me, inbox me directly for those. If y'all just want to be part of it, want to buy some. My wife got the prices. I don't know the prices because right now I don't want to put that out there. But it's a new product that we finally perfected, and we're just working on getting the FDA to approve it to where we can put it on stores and shelves.
Right, but I am going to say this. Reach out with that, just to piggyback. We want y'all to take baths. We want y'all to put this shea butter on. We want y'all to smell nice. We want y'all to wash it off and go ahead and lather up again. We encourage hygiene.
Take care of your feet, y'all. Don't be, you want to go to the beach, then you got to take your shoes off. Then you just just moisturize yourself, man. Come on, FGC. FGC, if you don't do nothing, take a bath and then moisturize because your skin going to get all cracked up. Also, it's wintertime. It's going to be cold and dry. Your lips going to be cracked up. Your little elbows going to be gray. Just come on, man. Get it together.
What up?
That's why the butter there. Get the butter.
So I guess final thoughts for me. Tekken 8. I'm so happy. Look, I'm like I said earlier in the week. I appreciate Harada, the whole team putting out Tekken 8. I might get it, I might not, but I still appreciate the fact that we got 3 main AAA titles that have released within like a year of one another.
Yep.
And so everybody should be happy. Everybody should be happy. You know what I'm saying? We got Tekken 8 coming, then we got Corrupt coming sooner or later. I don't know when, sometime, hopefully 2024. You know what I'm saying? So,
hopefully 2024. We still don't know. The jury out on Corrupt, bro. But whenever it drops.
Yeah, because we don't have any new news. But when we get some new news, we'll be talking about Corrupt again as well. So with that said, until the next time that you get throw looped, until the next time that Brian F comes through and says that throw looping is a Daigoism, until the next time that Punk gets upset, which is probably about 10 minutes from now, this is from us to you saying peace.
Peace. Peace.
Yo, Mike, you damn fool, bro. Mike with the outro, bro.
That send-off was amazing. You killed me with that in about the next 10 minutes.
Yo, I'm watching this back just to hear that last part.